Outside of a dog, a book is a man's best friend. Inside of a dog, it's too dark to read. Welcome to Blue4You, the weekly web show where we highlight some of the BlueMarks that we've collected using Blue Organizer, which is a Firefox extension. You can find out more at adaptiveblue.com. This is webisode 2, where we're going to be looking at books, and we'll introduce each book with a quote from that book and then get into a little bit of a discussion about why we BlueMarked it. So let's get started. The first quote is, "My girlfriend was 15% of my age, and I was old-fashioned enough that it bugged me." Not something you hear every day. That is a quote from Down and Out in the Magic Kingdom, which is, as you can see here from the BlueMark, it's by Cory Doctorow. It's a science fiction kind of book that takes place in a society where they've cured death. So basically people live forever. Now, what's someone going to do with all that time? Are they going to make weekly webisodes or do something more important? What this character does is he works with an ad hoc group of people who are all about maintaining the Magic Kingdom from Walt Disney World. So check it out if you're into kind of offbeat science fiction. Okay, the next quote is, "What fun is it being cool if you can't wear a sombrero?" Well, that's from Calvin and Hobbes, which is you can see the BlueMark here. Here's a treasury of all the Calvin and Hobbes, and I chose that one. There's a bit of a backstory. You see, back in September, we launched Blue Organizer at Demo Fall, and each company got 6 minutes on stage to highlight their product. So we wanted to think of some way that we could really stand out among all these other great companies, and we had the wonderful idea of, hey, what if we wore sombreros? You know, it was San Diego, so it kind of made sense. Well, long story short, the idea got vetoed, and we didn't do it. You know, and the show turned out all right for us anyway. It was a good show, but man, just think what more could have happened if we'd worn the sombreros. Think how cool that would have made us. But, you know, we'll never know now, will we? You know, not that I'm bitter or anything. But anyway, back on to Calvin and Hobbes. Here, check it out. It's a great book. Set of books. All right, so the next quote. We're going to keep on going here. Here it is. "Try not thinking of peeling an orange. Try not imagining the juice running down your fingers. Try and you can't. The brain doesn't process negatives." That is a quote from Microsurfs, which was a book by Douglas Coupland. Came out in the 90s, back before the whole internet.com thing. So it's an interesting look at what the startup and technology landscape looked like back then. In a way, it's like a blog back before there was such a word. It's a blog that's presented on the page rather than on the screen. So it's an interesting book. It's a good read. Okay, so let's move on to the next quote. And that is from a book that you're probably familiar with, maybe from a long time ago. And the quote is, "From there to here, from here to there, funny things are everywhere." That's from the venerable Dr. Seuss book, One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. Blue fish. That's interesting. Now he's talking about funny things everywhere. I don't know if he means funny like haha funny or funny like sombrero funny, but it's a good book. It rhymes, so it's got that going for it, which is nice. So check it out when you feel the mood to hear about rhyming fish. Okay. Finally tonight, the last quote of the night, and let's kind of end on a more serious note. "We touched the face of another world and became a people without limits." That is from the Andrew Chaikin nonfiction book, A Man on the Moon. Here you see the BlueMark from this book. This deals with the Apollo program and what had to happen for us to fulfill John F. Kennedy's promise of getting a man on the moon by the end of the 60s. It's a great book. It really gives you a behind-the-scenes view of, you know, this technological wonder that took place and your people working together. And it's really not just a book about, you know, the moon and about technology and rockets, but it's about hope, and it's a good read anytime. They made this into a miniseries on HBO called From the Earth to the Moon with Tom Hanks, which is also a great program. You should check out maybe when we get to the DVD BlueMarks, we'll take a look at it there too. So that was tonight's show. I hope you enjoyed it. You can find out more about Blue Organizer at adaptiveblue.com. take a look at our blog to get the blue badge where you can see all tonight's choices. And until next time, we'll see you later.